Hey everybody, I have such an incredible new friend of mine, Timmy Gallagher. I feel like I've known you for ages, but please introduce yourself to the audience. We have some great things to talk about today.
Oh, hi, Francesca. Hi, everybody out there. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, I'm Timmy Gallagher. Uh, oh, what to say? Well, let me just open it up. So we like to talk about who are you? I'm
Yep.
a beloved son of God.
Okay.
That really is the crux of what I do and why I do it. My calling is to be we call it a performance and leadership coach, and I have like a mental fitness niche, but it's really about presence,
Yep.
learning to be present to yourself and others and how that plays in with your brain and candidly with your soul, which is
Hmm.
a timely topic. We start Lent for many of us, and yesterday was Ash Wednesday. So that's who I am. I mean, my roles, I'm a coach, I'm a leader, the son of anime Rita Kelly Gallagher. Shout out to my mom, you know, a brother, a friend, a father, all that kind of good stuff. But I'm
Great
Timmy.
stuff. Thank you, Timmy. That's a great introduction because I do want to lean into something that you've done for yourself that I think can help people in the audience. And you stepped away, you did a 2-week retreat. And I feel that this is an important thing for people to understand because there are high levels of stress and anxiety today. There's no
Mm.
denying that. And what I'd like to deliver, and I know we'll get there, is A, let's talk about what you did, and B, how it transformed you and why other people should think about something similar in that respect. So let's get started in that.
Yeah. So most of us listening have a car. Sooner or later, your car needs an oil change.
Hmm.
Sooner or later, you need a tune up. And sometimes you need some major work on the car. Our bodies and our brains are literally the same way.
Mm.
But we get caught up in our air quotes roles and we don't pay attention to it until sometimes it's broken down, right? The car
Right.
breaks down, or we hear a knock or a ping. But you need to do that. So what got me to this 2 week retreat, that's a long time. It was 14 days. And
Wow.
I didn't even talk to my wife for 14 days. I mean, it was silence and solitude. The only thing I would do is I would send her like a picture. So like, I'm still alive.
Right.
Here's a
Right.
picture. But it was that deliberate because the brain to settle down the egoic voices, which literally go back to your limbic system when they show up in what I call your judge and saboteur. To settle them down, you need to make a deliberate attempt to work on that. And a retreat like I did will help you with that. And listen, I didn't invent the retreat, right? It's out there. There's tons of retreat houses, and
Right.
I would strongly recommend going down to Holy Cross Abbey and living with the monks for a week. And then,
Yeah, he lived with the monks. By the way, I want to reiterate that that's what you did. Complete solitude and
well,
prayer, right?
yeah, they like a lot of monasteries have a retreat house,
Hmm.
so place you can sleep and you get free meals. But even there, it's silent. You're not talking, and then as much as you want, you could go over and be with the monks in
Right.
their prayers. They pray 7 times a day, the liturgy of the hours, or not go there. You could just walk the grounds, etc. Be in nature. So I did Monday to Friday there, and then I went look at the symbolism here across the Shenandoah River up into the mountains, and I lived in a hermitage by myself for the rest of my time down there. And I met with a spiritual director twice a day, a guy named Joel Blanc, who not a monk, he's a Presbyterian minister, but an initiated man, um, a guy that gets it. And we would talk twice a day, but I was pumping my own water, finding a place to do my bodily functions. I did have a little electric in the hermitage, and I was more busy than you could realize.
Wow. Yeah, busy living and busy finding yourself, right? Because we tend to lose ourselves in our day to day. So what you've done for yourself, Timmy, was completely extraordinary. So if we were to perhaps present maybe how we could modify that, and because it was an incredible transformation, you're here talking about all the great things. I've seen your posts, and it's about being present. What can we offer then to the audience to say, to just remind them to get the oil change? What an, incredible analogy that you presented in the beginning. What's something that we can offer, or a couple of ideas that we can offer perhaps that we should try for ourselves?
Or so we'll stay with the analogy. You get warning signs every day, just like you would on the dash of your car.
Hmm.
When you're frustrated, you're upset, you're sad, you're mad, life is not following your script. That's not life, that's you. Anytime you have a problem, you have a problem. Check out M. Scott Peck's The Road Less Traveled if you want to know more. So that's an indicator. And it shows up with something in your brain is judging. That's your limbic system. It judges. And then it throws a story in there that's your saboteurs. And there's 9 saboteurs. And I help people identify their main saboteurs. So when you're awake and aware of that, it's time to do a pit stop. And
Mm,
if we avoid those signals, like on your dash, what's a little problem is going to be a big problem. So
right,
to your point, today, for everybody listening, see when you get pinged, see when you have a signal on your dash, and ask yourself, is this working for you? Is this working for others? And then there's ways of realigning yourself so that dash goes into green from red.
right. So let's
Yeah.
talk about those realignment strategies then. I think one of them is taking a walk, right?
So the overarching thing would be present to the present.
Be present to the presence,
Yeah.
ENCE, right?
Which I'll just say that's code for God. If you don't go for the God thing, I got no issue with that, and neither does God. But just be present to the presence. What is happening in the now? Check out Eckhart Tolle, The Power of
Right.
Now, if you want to learn more about that. But the only thing you have is now,
That's right.
right? And if you're in the now, you actually don't have a problem. You may have stuff you need to deal with. So then it's a matter of, am I dealing it with that kind of survive mentality or that thrive mentality? So, okay, Timmy, how do I get present? Well, here's the beautiful thing. If you want to get out of your mind, you get into the body.
Right.
And we have 5 easy ways to get into our body. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell? What do I taste? What do I touch? So, how to do a presence exercise. You mentioned go for a walk. Fabulous. Go for a walk. One, leave the phone. Just take 5 minutes without the phone. How about this? Feel every contact point of your foot with the ground as you walk. Just be present to the walking, present to, oh, this thing of gravity and keeping me here. So let's go for the trifecta. Then as I'm walking, what am I seeing? How many different shades of red can I find? How many different things can I hear? What's the furthest thing? What's the closest thing? Do that ping pong match till you come down to the only thing you're really noticing is you hear your breath. So
Ah,
you get it, right? It's tap into those senses. Like it pulls you out
absolutely.
of the moment. Now,
Right.
potholes that you will find on that walk or as you do that drive. But Timmy, these nagging thoughts come in. Of course they are. That's their job. But right now, your job is to be focused on that one thing on your body senses. So you simply say to that thought, not right now, please get to the back seat. Right. And this is the art of meditation. Whatever, put it on the cloud, let it float away, put it on the, you
Right.
get it, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to stress this because some people are like, oh, well, I get these thoughts and I'm failing the meditation. Nay, nay, I say. When you get the thought and then you say, not right now, that was a push up.
That's right.
That was a push up.
Because it
So,
strengthens the brain when you bring it back, right?
right, right. You literally develop the neural pathway to go from primarily your limbic system in that left brain area to your right brain, prefrontal cortex. Keep in mind that survive part of your brain is 3 to 5 times stronger than your more human side. And it gets first bite at everything. Why? Because that's how we survive. We need to
Right,
worry about the saber-toothed tigers out there, but we make every little thing a saber-toothed tiger. And
right.
that stress develops cortisols, and that will affect your body. And that literally is why we have hypertension, etc.
It
Yes,
does. It impacts us at the cellular level, and our
100%.
cells have memory. So what
Correct.
we're trying to do is eradicate that pain. And yes, something as simple as a walk. So when we were in the green room, you were talking about, so say someone doesn't have the time to do that and they're inside because whatever, they can't leave their office, they can't leave their home, they're taking care of something or somebody. I think you had a couple of other techniques that we
Mhm.
wanted to share today. Let's
Sure.
talk about that.
Well, and know this, that when you hear that I don't have the time, that's a judge and that's your saboteurs. That's nonsense.
That's right.
You will find time today to take a bio break, unless you're my mom, because she never goes to the bathroom. But it's incredible. But so you take your bio break and you go to wash your hands. Instead of just washing your hands, be present to the present.
Right.
Hear the water. Feel the water. Is it hot? Is it cold? Feel it fluid. So you're soaping your hands up, like, look at the suds, see how, right? And then get all the soap off and just like
Right.
let that water drip. And then whatever your Dyson you're using or the cloth to just dry, be there. If you do presence exercises, here's what the studies show us: 10 seconds or longer, you begin to activate that neural pathway to that other side of your brain. We can
I
show
love
this in
that. 10
fMRI
seconds or longer. That's
or
what
longer.
we said.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So what you need is a total of 15 minutes total for the day on a consistent basis, and you will make your brain mentally fit, just like you make your body physically fit.
So you should know, Timmy, that I call that 15 minutes of freedom,
Fair enough.
right? And it's
Yeah.
easy enough for people to remember and for us to translate and talk about. So I love this so much, and we could go so much deeper.
Mm.
So hint, hint, everybody, we might be having Timmy back for to go in a little deeper. But on all of this great work that you get to do, is there a favorite piece of clothing or accessory that you wear or that you take with you, and how does it make you feel, Timmy?
I have newly acquired clothing that's my favorite, that I never intended to be my favorite. And it is when I went down to Holy Cross Abbey and over to Rolling Ridge, I real quick ran to a store to grab some because I was going to be outdoors and I didn't need a lot. So I bought a base layer hoodie and an outer hoodie, and they're both green. So I have this base layer and this hoodie that are green, and that's what I wore for 2 weeks.
Mm.
And my wife calls it my green monk outfit.
Well, it kept you there, it kept you, and I love the simplicity of it, right? I mean, it brings good memories um to you and for you for the incredible work that you got to do when you were there in this retreat. So, I mean, before we kick this off, I want to say that everyone can make the time, and we'll reinforce that it's thinking of yourself first and foremost, right? So that we can think of others. To me, this, like I said, this has been so great. If someone wanted to continue the conversation with you, where's the best place for them to find you?
LinkedIn, Timmy Gallagher on LinkedIn, and my coaching business, Evolute Performance. That's on LinkedIn also. And there's a website, evoluteperformance.com. But any of those, and would love to have what we call a discovery call, just we get to know each other. And if we want to engage in coaching and mental fitness, that's what I'm called to do. I would love to help you. I'm here to serve.
Awesome. Oh, yes, indeed. I will share all of those links in the show notes. Timmy, thank you so much for your time, for all the work that you do in helping others. And I so appreciate you. I hope you have a great day.
And thank you, Francesca. Thanks, everybody.